Welcome back, Deadites and Ghost Beaters, and if you're new to the channel, I am Oldhead Gaming, and it's PTB Day! Alien Chapter is gone live. You can hop over to the PTB. We will be streaming it tonight at 5:30 p.m. And if you want to see kind of what's coming, here's first the new trailer for the Alien with Ripley and the Xenomorph. And now, what you really want to know is, what do those 7.2.0 PTB notes look like? Let's take a look at them now. So as we pop over to the PTB patch notes, let's take a look. Obviously, it's live as we speak, and important notice, progress and save data information copy from the live service as of July 31st, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so basically it's the capture from July 31st, about a week ago. So pretty much anything you had before that carries over. So first and foremost, the new content. New killer, the Xenomorph killer power. Let's take a look at this. A series of tunnels becomes available on the map when the Xenomorph is in play. By accessing and controlling station, it can enter these tunnels quickly, move around the map, detect the presence of nearby survivors, speed up the cooldown time of its runner mode ability, exiting a control station tags near survivors with killer instinct. Interesting. Special ability, runner mode. Xenomorph enters runner mode automatically when not on cooldown. In runner mode, the Xenomorph walks on all four legs, becomes stealthier, reducing its terror radius. I talked about a terror radius reduction. While in runner mode, the Xenomorph also access to brutal tail attack. Well, that's pretty cool, so it switches its weapon. Map feature, control stations. 7 control stations are scattered across the map. Survivors can interact with these stations to get remote flame turret, while the Xenomorph can enter and exit underneath the control stations. Special item, remote flame turret. So this is your counter to the Xenomorph. Turrets can be placed on the map to counteract the Xenomorph. When the Xenomorph enters a radius in line of sight of the turret attacks. The attacks stagger the Xenomorph and will cause runner mode to end if activated. If turret successfully knocks the Xenomorph out of runner mode or fires for too long, it overheats and will need to be repaired by survivors. Xenomorph can also attack turrets and destroy them. So that's pretty cool. So there's your counter to him getting underneath those tunnels. Now we get to see the new perks of the Xenomorph. Ultimate weapon. When you open a locker, this perk activates for 30 seconds. Survivor entering your terror radius scream and reveal their position, gain blindness for 30 seconds. This perk goes for 40, 35, or 30 seconds on cooldown based on level. Rapid brutality. You can no longer gain bloodlust. Hunting a survivor with a basing attack gives you 5% haste for 8, 9, and 10 seconds. So you're going to trade permanent bloodlust for basically being able to get haste in versus survivors. Is an interesting tactic. I will like to see that. And in some cases, for particular characters, I don't really care for bloodlust, so this might be very, very interesting. Alien Instinct. This perk activates when you hook a survivor. You see the R, the furthest injured survivor, for 5 seconds, and that survivor becomes oblivious for 16, 18, or 20 seconds, depending on level. Ellen Ripley. We all knew Ripley was coming. There was no way she was not going to be part of it, but she doesn't particularly look like Sigourney, and I'm assuming she doesn't have Sigourney lines. New survivor Ellen Ripley's perks are Lucky Star. When you hide in a locker, this perk activates. You leave no pools of blood, make no grunts of pain for 10 seconds. When you exit the locker, you see other survivors' closest generator aura in yellow for 10 seconds. This perk goes on cooldown for 40, 35, or 30 seconds. Chemical Trap. After completing 70%, 60%, or 50% progress of any generator, this perk activates. While standing next to a drop pallet, access the active ability to install a trap, which stays for 100, 110, or 120 seconds. The aura of the trap pallet is revealed in yellow. When the killer performs a break action, the trap explodes, and there's a slowed for 50% for 40 seconds. So this is basically, you know, blast mine for pallets. Interesting. Light-footed. When you are healthy, this perk activates. Your running footsteps are silent. This perk goes on cooldown for 28, 24, 20 seconds after doing a rushed action. So basically, you're super quiet, and then if you do like a pallet or window jump, you go into a cooldown. And the new map is going to be the Nostromo wreckage. Explore the mysterious crash site of the iconic Nostromo. Iconic with a capital I, of course. Visit landmarks familiar to fans of the Alien franchise, a unique setting where you find yourself chased in and out of the ship. Run the killer around the shuttle that brought Ripley to the world of the Entity. Navigate through the alien landscape, and you may yet escape from the remains of the wreck. So basically, they're setting up the lore that the Nostromo crashed into the Entity's world, which is what brought Ellen and the Xenomorph into the world of the Entity. Let's take a look at a couple of killer tweaks. It looks like it's just two, one for Knight and one for Demo Puppy. Pillage Mead decreases the amount of time it takes for a guard to complete their order action by 15%, was 25. Tattered Tabard increased patrol time for all guards by 8 seconds, was 6. Town's Watch Torch, when survivors escape guard hunts when being hit 2 times, was 3 times. Night gained undetectable status for 25 seconds. And Demo Puppy Killer Puppy, undetectable after teleport lasts 5 seconds, was 3. Rat Tail increases speed of the portal by 50%, was 35. Unknown Egg decreases the cooldown of traversing upside down by 2.5 seconds, was 1.5. Violet Wax Cape increased the duration of undetectable effect gained by emerging from portal by 1 second, was a half. And Leprosa Lichen reveals the aura of all survivors while traversing upside down. After emerging from a portal, all survivors' aura within 16 meters of active portal revealed for 3 seconds. All right, we have some PC graphic update, you know, some VSync, some FPS limits, bug fixes. The Onryo VHS was now properly in the survivor's hands. Some audio fixes. Let's see what them bots do. Bots are now likely to be productive while in terror radius. Bots' behavior has improved when facing killer sidekicks such as Nemesis zombies or Nice Guards. Bots no longer attempt to confuse the killer by crouch walking during chase. We saw that last night, as a matter of fact. Bots now investigate supply cases more often. Now telepathically communicate to avoid multiple bots running to heal or unhook survivors at the same time. That's interesting. Reverse bear traps no longer cause a bot to freeze when the exit gates open. What do we do? What do we do? All right, perks. Blast mine notification no longer appears after a delay. And play with your food cooldown no longer exists in the HUD when undetectable. Platform. Steam experiencing a network issue will no longer cancel an existing lobby. And some UI stuff, some miscellaneous stuff, and let's look at known issues. We are aware and working on an issue where killers can be trapped in or get on the top of the pallet in the area of Crow's Killer Shack. And there you have it. We're going to be dropping a lot more content throughout the day, but here's the first look at the brand new trailer that includes Ellen Ripley. We got to look at the patch notes to see what's coming. And there wasn't any mention of Jonesy sad face, so my guess is he probably just walks around the Nostromos. Single tier. But are you ready for the Xenomorph and Ellen Ripley to be part of the landscape of Dead by Daylight? The PTB is live now. You can go over and play. We'll be dropping more content throughout the day. And of course, we'll be live at 5:30 p.m. for a live stream of the PTB. As always, thanks for watching and later, mates.